It's 2019. All of you have heard about alerts. Follow alerts, sub alerts, rate alerts, cheer alerts, host alerts. But where do they come from? Some of you might already know the answer to this question, but every day, thousands of people are coming onto the streaming platform, and they're beginners. They don't know how to stream. So this whole series is dedicated to those who don't necessarily know how to set up their stream. So last week's video, we talked about stream transitions. This week's video, we're gonna talk about how to incorporate Twitch alerts, now known as Streamlabs, into your broadcasting software so that you can have viewer engagement on your stream by the click of the follow button, by the click of the subscriber button, by the click of the cheer button, for donations. So today we're going to talk about how to make your stream a little bit better. My name is Doug, this is Spartan Gaming, and I'm your stream advisor for today. So welcome back to the Spartan Gaming channel. My name is Ruffle. I do stream to Twitch every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday from 7 to 11 p.m. PST. The link will be in the description below if you want to catch me and ask me live questions on stream. I did make a promise to you. I did tell you that I was going to show you how to implement alerts into your stream. Has anybody ever been to a stream where they see a follow alert and it's the zombie walking, like the default alert that comes with Streamlabs? That's not what you want. You want something a little bit more intricate, something a little bit along the lines of this. Looks good from my perspective. It's a little bit more flashy. It's something that you actually took time, you took the pride to work on a product that makes people feel good about subscribing, about donating to you. And I'm going to show you guys how to set that up so that you can incorporate that stuff with your brand. So let's head on over to it and let's get started. All right, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is go into your web browser and type in streamlabs.com. I'm going to leave that link in the description below, but that is the first step. Once you get to that step and then you have a picture that looks similar to this, what you're going to do is you're going to log on based on the streaming software that you are currently using. So since I use Twitch, we're going to go ahead and click Twitch. You're going to have to implement your credentials usually most of the time, but this is going to be your home dashboard that you're going to have. It's going to have, you know, some cool little analytics. It's going to show your past streams. It's going to have your website URL in it. You can do merchandise, you can do wish list, donation history, subscriber history, all that jazz. But for today's video, we're going to concentrate on alert box. So it's going to be your third tab down under features. So if you go ahead and click alert box, what's going to happen is it's going to bring you to the alert box. So the cool thing, if you use Streamlabs OBS, which is typically called slobs, something I do not use, but they do have custom templates for you, which will actually, you know, supply your alert boxes for you if you don't have a picture, if you want something more general and not necessarily towards your brand. But for today, we're going to tell you how to upload pictures, upload videos, or if you have something that's already pre-defined, like I do, you can just go ahead and do the one click and it automatically uploads it to your server. So this is what you're going to see when you actually first get to the channel. You're going to have all these check marks. If you don't necessarily need all these, or if you're not affiliate status yet, then obviously you don't need subscriptions or resubs, or merch for that matter, or the CloudBot redemption. Typically for non-affiliates or non-partners, you're going to have the follows, you're going to have donations, you're going to have hosts, bits, raids. You can set up merchandise if you wish. That's entirely up to you. I recommend, you know, getting an established community first before you start putting merchandise out there for people to buy. So the cool thing about this widget URL, which is the next step down, is if you click to show your widget URL, or you can copy it from here, you can actually implement this into Streamlabs or OBS, which is what I'm going to be using. So the broadcasting software that I'm using is Open Broadcasting Software, or OBS Studio for what they're called. Another little way that you can test your alerts without actually having to go into OBS Studio is if you click this launch icon. It's going to bring up a green box, white first. And this is actually where you can test your follow buttons or just subscription buttons. So if we were to go ahead and hit, you know, test follow here. No. It's going to come up with that little running zombie that we were talking about earlier. And that's going to be the same thing for all of your test follows, test subscriptions, resubs, donations. It's all going to be the same default until you change it. And the way that you change it is actually pretty easy. They make it very, very, very simple for you. Down here, this is going to be the background color. It doesn't matter if you have a background color if you upload an image. So we're just going to go through this line item by line item. So this is your general settings. So if you don't have any pictures or anything uploaded, it defaults to the zombie like we were talking about. It's going to have the background default color, which you can change. You're going to have an alert delay, which would be the same alert delay for all of your follows, subscriptions, donates, hosts, bits, rage, merchandise, all of that jazz. If you want to have unlimited alert moderation delay, you can enable it. It's disabled by default. I recommend just keeping it disabled. I wouldn't worry about any kind of moderation delays or the unlimited media sharing for now. So down to the layout, this is what's going to show. It's going to show your picture up top, or for instance, in the example, it showed the running zombie up top and then the text below. If you want the text on top of the image, so for instance, in that example, it would actually show the running zombie with the text over top of it in the middle of that image. If you want the picture to the left and the text to the right, that's what this option is going to do. For now, we'll just leave that at default. Reset stream labels session. Basically what that's going to do is it's going to reset your follows, reset your subs for every session that you disable it for or enable it for. So for instance, if I stream, end the stream, start a new stream, the session is going to be restored and it's going to be reset. So that's what that does. If you want to have a profanity filter, you can enable that from here. You can replace all the bad words, and that's typically if you are doing anything other than 18 plus. Or just, banned words typically. If somebody sends you a donation and they have a message included with it, and you want to take out bad words in case they're trying to, hit you with that troll, you can do it from there. Or you can, apparently, Streamlabs wants you to ban puppies, bananas, and kittens from your donation alerts or subscriber alerts or resubs. But basically you can type any word that you want in there, hit save settings, and now we can go over to the follow. All right, so now we're in follow alerts. You can enable them or disable them. So the only reason that I would see that you would disable follow alerts is if you are a 100% massive streamer and you have thousands and thousands of people in your channel at all times and your alert is just consistently going on and off. For the most part, you're going to want to keep the follow alert enabled. So for the layout, it's the same as the general settings. If you have it set in general, it's going to be that for follows, subscriptions, donations, hosts, bits, rage, merch. But you can individually set it. So say I have the general settings set to the text underneath the picture and I want the text to be on the picture for this one, then I would just select this one and that's going to override it. So if we continue down to alert animation, so this is where you can choose. So for instance, if somebody hits the follow button, this animation is going to fade in and then it's going to fade out upon completion of the alert. If I want it to maybe zoom in, I can choose it to zoom in, and you can test these animations through that launch button up at the top if you want. Or you can test it on the stream yourself by copying the widget URL and posting it as a browser source into your Streamlabs OBS or OBS Studio. All right, this is the message template here. So this name, this is going to just show the person that clicks the follow button. When it appears on stream, it's going to replace name with their name. And then it's going to say is following. You can change this to whatever it is that you want, is now a Spartan, or however you want to do it. And then this is the text animation. This is going to be showing you how this text is going to be portrayed on it. So you can either have the wiggle, you can have the wave, rubber band, that has a whole lot of options, or you can have none at all. If you're with somebody that's simple, just wants something simple and clean, choose none. All right, so this default image of the zombie running. This is the imitation that I attempted to do a little bit earlier in the stream. You can change this, super easy to change, hit change media. If you already have pictures uploaded like I do, then it's going to, you can easily pick, whatever it is that you want to see. If you have custom banners, like I did a while ago, you can actually show this, and all you do is just select it, and then you would actually hit select, and then it's going to show on stream. But for now, we can just do, sure, new follower. Sounds good. And then as you can see, that zombie got replaced by the new follower banner. If you have some more intricate alerts like I do, you can actually upload them to Streamlabs, and it's just going to implement all of your alerts at one time. And that's a pretty cool thing that I like to do. That way, you know, I don't have to have everything uploaded. I just, you know, double click and it automatically uploads everything onto Streamlabs itself, and you don't have to do anything from there. If you would like a video on that, definitely leave a comment down below, and I can, you know, hop on that. So for sound, same way. You know, for instance, if you want to choose a different sound than a default sound of the zombie running, then sure, you can choose any of these. If you click one of these, you know, it's actually going to play a sound. So for instance, my follow alert is actually, you know, one of these.
Spartans! What is your profession?
So now that we have the new follower and the new sound uploaded, we can go ahead and adjust the sound volume accordingly. So if we wanted a little bit lower than, you know, blowing your eardrums out like that just kind of did, then you just adjust the volume that way. You can also adjust the alert duration. You can adjust the alert text delay. You can actually enable custom HTML CSS if you are a coder, and you can actually code your own stuff to where how you want the image to portray on the screen. If you're not very familiar with code, just go ahead and keep it disabled, and you can actually do most of it from the GUI that Streamlabs has incorporated for you. You can change the font, you can change the font size, font weight, text color, text highlight, and then you can actually do variations in case you don't want the same follower alert to go off at all times. I recommend only doing variations for subs and resubs and maybe like gifted subs, maybe donations, but not for followers, because you want to keep that so you know when, you know, new people are coming into your channel. So moving over to the subscription tab, it's going to be the same thing. All of these are basically the same. You're going to be, you know, if you want to enable it or disable it, you can disable it if you are, you know, not an affiliate or a Twitch partner, but it really doesn't matter because you don't have a sub button anyway. So nobody's actually going to be able to sub to your channel, but you can have it all set up in case you or when you do get that sub button. Everything else is the same. If you want to show Twitch Prime subs, you can, or you can disable them. But down here during the variations and resub messages, this is actually pretty important. So if somebody were to resub, they can actually send you a message when they do that. Or you can have it not show messages if your image or your video that you are showing on stream it just doesn't look quite right. Because you'll still see the writing in the chat, and you can read it to the stream, and everything should be fine just like that. Alright, so after you do that, you can actually have resub messages to be text-to-speech, along with sub messages being text-to-speech as well. You can choose the voice if you want to. I always keep this disabled just because I feel like it's a little over cumbersome in my stream, especially when I have music playing in the background. I'm trying to talk to the stream, and then somebody else is trying to talk to me in a robot voice based on a subscription. But some people love it. I prefer the more clean look. Now on to donations. So this is pretty much the exact same thing as everything else. The only difference is in this aspect is the fact that you can set a minimum amount to alert. So if you set it to 0, it's going to alert on everything. If you set it to $5, anything $4.99 and below, it's not going to show an alert. And then you can start doing the message template. If you are a coder. If you're not a coder, just leave it how it is, and then you can change the images again. You can do the sounds, you can do the alert durations, alert text, and then if you are a coder, like I said before, you can do HTML, CSS. If you're not, just go ahead and do the GUI that's already incorporated. It's super easy. You can add custom field text if you really want to. Or you can remove them. It's simple as that. You can also test the donations from here, and they will show up on stream, or through your open broadcasting software while you're not streaming, or you can launch it based in the little green box that we were showing at last time. Everything else, the host, it's all going to be the exact same. So if you have general settings set and you have everything, you know, showing as you would like it, you know, everything is going to be the exact same in the host as well, with the exception of if somebody hosts you and you want to show a minimum viewers. So for instance, if you don't want anybody with just one viewer to come and be able to proc the animation, you want it to be worth it, you know, you can set it to 5, or you can set it to 10 viewer host bomb. But other than that, everything else is the same. And then you can go over to bits, and this is the same thing as well. You can have a minimum bit. You want it to be, you know, 5 bits procs the message, or maybe 25 bits procs the image and the sound. You can change that from here. But anything below this number is not going to proc. But if it's 0, everything's going to proc. So 1 cent over and over and over and over and over again, it's going to proc your alerts. So just be wary of that. Now, if we go into raids, it's going to be the same thing as host. You can have a raider minimum. Make sure that you're setting it over 0, just so that not anybody can just come and raid your channel. But typically when a streamer ends, they raid another community. And that's a big part of my community. When my stream's done, I send all my viewers to somebody that I feel is worth the raid. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you come into my Twitch channel. I stream every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday from 7 to 11 PST. If you do have a merch set up, you can actually have your merch show up on screen and on stream for somebody that bought one of your pieces of merchandise. Really cool. Once you get that viewership and once you start having that brand that you like, then you can start creating a merchandise shop. And it's actually really cool because you can wear your own brand on stream, and if people like it, they're going to buy it, and it's going to show up on stream, and it's going to be awesome. So face mask donations, you can enable this if you want to. You're going to have to set up a PayPal account in order to do that. I typically don't do anything when it comes to face masks. So once you're all done with that, you can go ahead and click save, and then that is it. If you want to test your donations again, you can go ahead and click this launch, or what I'm going to show you is how to copy your stream key and enter it as a browser source so that you can actually incorporate all of these alerts and donations into your open broadcasting software, and when they're procced through this Twitch or the Mixer or the DLive app, it's actually going to show on your stream. So in order to do that, all you have to do is click this copy button, and it's going to copy the widget URL. And then you just post it into your browser source on your OBS Studio platform. And this is how you do that. All right, so in order to add the browser source, you are going to right click on your screen. You're going to go down to where it says add, and then you're going to go to browser. I will take this slow, so in case any of you are trying to catch up. Once you click browser, it's going to bring up another box window. This is where it's going to say create new, and this is what you want to do. You're going to create a Streamlabs alerts, and then you're going to save it. Since I already have it pre-existing on mine, we're just going to go ahead and enable it. Now, when you go back to the test follow notification, this is what you should see on screen. You hit test follow, and the follow alert comes right on up there. So you can be very creative with these follow alerts. Sometimes you want something super simple. Sometimes you want something with a little kick, a little sound, a little animation. You know, make sure that you take it and you run with it. Make it accordance to your brand. Make it so that when somebody follows, they know that they're following your stream. Make it so that you know that it's registering that they just followed, and you thank them. Welcome them to the community, and have a great day. I hope this video has helped you create some amazing alerts. I'd really love to see your guys' alerts and your brands. So if you can link your Twitch TV channel below, I'd love to come check you out. If this video has helped you in any way, if you can like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, that way you can see next week's video. As always, happy streaming. In the ball.
Oh, come on!
Close.
Robbed. Nice.
No problem.